Hi, I'm filming this video today to show you a finish, a small Jodyri Designs haul, and I'm going to do the curiosity tag as well. So first of all, the finish. I finished my Mirabilia SAL, and there she is in all of her glory. And she's stitched on Jodyri Designs fabric, 32 count sapphires. So just to get some of the detail, I'll just roll her up. I have never done so many beads in all my life. It was absolutely unbelievable. And there's some crystal treasures there in her tail. There we go. That's as well as the big crystal treasure that she's holding in her hands. But there she is. And she's off to the framers on Tuesday, so she will actually be an FFO, which I haven't had one. Mackerel, sorry, one of the cats is trying to jump on my threads that I've got all sorted here. Lovely. So that's that. So I'm really pleased with that. I'm not introducing a new start simply because I wanted to get her out of the way so I could get back to my Heaven and Earth, because as you'll know, my Heaven and Earth is a VBAP, and I'll be working on that for a long time. So in between that, I'm just doing my Frosted Pumpkin one, which comes every month and it only takes a day to stitch, and my Stony Creek Halloween one, which is only 4 months, and I've already done 1 month. I'm just waiting, I've ordered this month, so I'm just waiting for it to arrive. And some cards in between. I'm not saying I won't bring in the odd quick one, but we'll see. I'm not making any promises. So on to the next thing. Oh, I finally got around to organising my beads into my bead stash. Unfortunately, the green labeler ran out, so I've got some pink ones as well, which is a bit annoying. As you can see, I haven't got very many yet, but plenty of room for some more there. And I bought some Jodyri Designs hand-dyed threads because I wanted to. Because I've only got one hand-dyed thread, and it was the free one that she gave in January to everyone as a thank you for subscribing to her monthly clubs. But I decided I wanted some more, and especially because at some point in the future I'll probably be doing the Box of Delights, and there is also a free pattern of hers which I'd quite like to do, so I thought I'd get a head start. And I have actually joined the monthly thread club as well as the fabric club. So I'll show you what I got. First of all, I got 2 of last month's limited edition, which is birthday candles, because it's just gorgeous, and why not? Why wouldn't you buy it? Because the thread was gorgeous. And then, oh, these are all cottons, by the way, not silks. I went for the tie-dye thread pack. So this is Free Love, which is gorgeous. Flower Power. Baden the Bomb. Spaced Out. This one's pretty as well, Mellow Man. I love this one as well, called Bell Bottom Blues. Woodstock. Oh, this is pretty as well, Peace Man. No, it wasn't. That was Dove of Threads. Dove of Peace, even. Oh, you know that. This one's Peace Man. And Groovy 70s. That's when I was born, in the Groovy 70s. Show my age now. And then she did a grab pack, and I didn't know what I was getting. It was just luck of the draw. And I got this Fall trees. This one was a mist dye which had no name, so it's simply called, I've called it Mist Dye No Name. And for a mist dye, I think it's lovely. Humility. That's so gorgeous. Jelly Tots. And Argentine Tango. I had to make my own labels for these because they didn't come with names on. I had to email her and ask her. So that's my haul. Now the curiosity tag, which was started by Donna Murray. You'll have to excuse me looking down because I've got the questions on my iPad, filming on my iPhone. So number one, how long have you stitched for? 25 years and 5.5 months to be precise. I started on Christmas Day 1988. Is that right? Christmas Day 1988. Yeah, it will be because I was 10. But I mean, I'm assuming it's because I'd been stitching. I remember, you know, like when everybody stitches at school and they make like a square with different kinds of stitches on. And I must have really enjoyed it or something, and that's why my parents decided to buy me a kit for Christmas that year. I'm assuming. Well, that's the story I've given myself anyway. So yeah, I've forgotten again, 26 and something years I've been stitching for since I was 10 years old. So yeah, because I'm 37 now. So yeah, that'll be right. Do you prefer framing your projects and making them into cushions or wall hangings? I would love to make cushions and wall hangings, but although I have made proper cushions before, my sewing machine isn't working at the moment, and I am not a good sewer at all. So I either get them framed or I put them in my portfolio. If I frame them, usually my mum frames them because she's really good and I'm rubbish. But like my Mirabilia, because she's so beautiful, I am actually taking her to be professionally framed. Favourite designer? I haven't really got one. Well, it's more his artwork, Dennis Lewin, who Heaven and Earth's, Heaven and Earth Design do. I've got quite a few of his now, and my current Haid Whip is one of his. I also love the Dimensions Gold collection and somebody else. Oh, Mirabilia, that's it, Nora Corbett. But yeah, if Heaven and Earth was a designer, I'd probably say them just because of the variety that they do. But Dennis Lewin's artwork through Heaven and Earth Designs, I'd say. What is the most you've paid for design, fabric and floss? Well, it would be my chatelaine. Not that it's arrived yet. They have taken the money, so it must be on its way. And let's just say it was way too much for me to pay because I bought all the proper silks and everything, and it cost a fortune. Fabric wise, it's probably the stuff I buy from Jodyri Designs. It's not over expensive at all, but obviously you pay more for it than you would your usual Ada and stuff. How many hours have you stitched on for just one project in one day? Well, all I do with my life is stitch, so I can stitch from sort of 10 in the morning till 1 the following morning sometimes. That's like, what, 15 hours a day. I easily stitch for 12 hours a day, and that's a usual day for me. I'm just going to have to pause. Sorry about that, I just had to stop. My carer brought my lunch up, so I've just had that. But I was talking about the hours that I work on a project. Yeah, I regularly put in 12 hours a day. It can be more, just simply because I've got nothing else to do. I only have 2 hobbies. I either stitch or I game. And I tend to do, if I game all day. If I stitch all day. Apart from yesterday, that was an exception. But yeah, so I'm able to put a lot of time into it. As soon as I get up in the morning, once my care is finished and I'm up and dressed and everything, I sit in my chair and I stitch. I have a break for lunch and tea. Or dinner, as you call it, and then just stitch on through. So sometimes till the early hours, because I am a night owl. Even that I might have the most tired day and I'm tired all day, then I just come awake at night. And I love to stitch in the evenings. But yeah, so I do put a lot of time in. Anyway, what's the next one? Have you got any FFOs where you have major mistakes in them but you wouldn't notice? Not as yet, but my mermaid will, that you've just seen. I'm not telling you where the mistakes are, but there are a lot of mistakes. I've had to fudge a lot of it, but I don't think you'll notice. And I'm not telling you where the mistakes are. You'll have to see when it's framed or rewind back and see if you can have a look, but I don't hope you won't. I know they're there, but saying that, even now she's finished and I look at her, I can't really tell, so I think I might have got away with it. Oh, and here comes Poppy. What is your favourite project you have finished and most proud of? It's probably that Mirabilia that I've just finished, because I was just about to say my favourite has always been, it was the first Mirabilia I did, called Angel of Peace. I've never ever seen anybody else stitch her, and I don't know why, because she is beautiful. I'll just insert a quick video here of her. Here is my Angel of Peace. She's the first Mirabilia that I did, and compared to the one I've just done, she's like hardly got any beads. She'd actually be a very good, you know, if you're new to stitching or you're new to Mirabilias, you know, she is one that I would recommend as sort of a beginner project. As you can see, she's got beads, quite a few beads in her hair, and she's got some in her wings, on her chest, a little brooch there, and then she's got some down the bottom. In the year 2003, that's when I did that. But that, up to now, is the project that I'm most proud, you know, the FFO I'm most proud of. But we'll see what this other Mirabilia looks like when she's stitched, because she might take over. Right, so the next question is, if you have lost your stitchy bug, what makes it come back? I'm quite lucky that it doesn't tend to disappear for long. If it does, I tend to game. I'll go on my games, and it's usually, if I go more than 2 days, that's unusual, because I start, you know, I just get like itchy fingers. But also watching floss tube, I found, you know, if I put a floss tube video on, then I've just got to pick my stitching up again. But I rarely, I mean, in the like 26.5 years that I've stitched, I don't think I've ever gone a long period of time without stitching. It was more difficult, like when I used to have like a few jobs. I used to work full-time on the ward. When I first qualified as a nurse, this was, I worked full-time on the ward, plus I also used to do bank shifts on the ward as well, so you know, I used to work a lot. And even like when I was working full-time, especially because of my illnesses, I was just so tired at night, I just couldn't pick it up. You know, I'd work all day, and it was usually only weekends that I got to pick my stitching up. I just couldn't pick it up during the day. But I've never gone long periods of time in 26 years without having, I've always had a whip on the go, but I've just never lost it. So after 26 years, I don't think I'll ever stop stitching now. I think I would have done by now if I was going to. I just love it. Do you have to make sure you finish a project, or can you just leave them for months at a time and do new starts? Oh my god, no. There is absolutely no way in the world could I leave something just unfinished, you know. Oh yeah, hello Derek. If I start something, I finish it. I've finished everything I've ever done. Even if they've had loads of mistakes in them, I'll rip it out or I'll fudge it, or I always finish it. It's been unusual that I've put my heaven and earth to one side, and the only reason was because I sort of got enabled to start doing like rotations, you know, with a few more whips, and I just realised it wasn't for me. So what I did was I finished off, you know, the projects that I knew I could finish off relatively quickly, such as my Mirabilia. I did that one for my carers twins. I want to say there was another one as well. I can't think. I don't include my frosted pumpkin because it's only a day a month to stitch that. And I know I have got the Halloween one by Stony Creek on the go as well now, but we'll just forget about that one. But yeah, I haven't actually done my Haid since March. Part of that reason was because of my operation, and I wasn't allowed to lift things for 12 weeks, and it was only 12 weeks last Thursday actually. So I wasn't meant to lift things, and I was struggling. I did try a few times to lift it up, and I know I did for one of the videos, and I hurt myself. So that has been part of the reason, but it's never been out of my head. I'm just absolutely chomping at the bit to get back to it, and I will get back to it this afternoon, and I can't wait. And it's just, I'm a BAP girl in more ways than one. I've got a big ass and I love big ass projects, but this one's a VBAP, a very big ass project. And I just love them, and Heaven and Earth are going to be my future. I've decided in between every Heaven and Earth or Tilton Crafts or whatever, I'm going to do a smaller one, such as one of my Dimensions Gold or even a Mirabilia, because those are small compared to the size of the projects I choose, just to break things up a bit. I am also still doing my cards in between. I will carry on with the Frosted Pumpkin, and I'll probably do it again next year. Just to break it up, because even though I don't struggle with one project at a time, it is nice just to have a change and to get a quick finish in as well. So yeah, so no, I definitely have to make sure I finish a project. I cannot leave it, and I am in absolutely no way a serial starter. I have loved watching Stitch Mania. I thought it was a great idea. I've really loved watching how, you know, what everybody started, and I did consider doing it myself, but doing it with card projects, and I couldn't even do that. I'm just a complete failure when it comes to serial starting, but I admire those of you who can do it, but no. Anyway, last but not least, most hated type of stitch. I don't know, hate is a very strong word, as I always say. I'm not keen on backstitching, although I have found since I've started backstitching as I go along, it's not been as bad, and I do love how it sort of brings, you know, it brings your project to life. But I'd say probably my least favourite are Lazy Daisies, simply because it's just like, I find it like impossible to get everyone looking identical. And I'm a bit OCD, and I do like things to look the same. That's why my bead box is going to bug me with having different coloured labels on. Probably get redone at some point. But I just can't get Lazy Daisy stitches all to look the same. So I'd probably say Lazy Daisies. And that's it. I've probably waffled on for long enough. I'll link Donna's video below. I'll also link my vlog channel down below. Because as I said in my last video, I do now do daily vlogs. I don't just talk about cross stitch, although it is a big part, seeing as that's practically all I do in my day. It's just about my life in general, and how I live with my chronic illnesses. Yeah, so if you want to watch me every day, which you probably don't, but if you do, the link is below. I was doing it for the 21-day challenge. And please excuse me, that's my phone ringing. Sorry, that was my dad. Yeah, one of my cats has gone in for an operation today. So he was just ringing just to make sure that we were okay to go and pick her up after he's finished work, which we are, she's done. And she's going to have a little, a cone on, bless her. Anyway, you'll probably hear more about that on the vlog if you watch that. So, yeah, I'll be back at the end of the month. I've purposely not shown any whips because, well, whip is all I've really got to show you at the moment, because I'll do that at the end of the month, but I just had to do this extra video just mainly to show off my Mirabilia. I'm so pleased with her, and yeah, I can't wait to get her framed. Hopefully she might be framed and ready by the video for the end of the month. I don't know, we shall see. Okay, I'll see you, well, either shortly in my vlog or I'll see you at the end of the month. Bye.